Good morning, second graders. Another day of math with Mrs. Hagedorn here. We're going to be working on subtracting from numbers with 0 today. And in this first equation that we're going to be using, our subtraction question asks for us to take 604, subtract 273. All right, so first method that I want to show you is the open number line, which a lot of you kind of use as your second backup strategy, or some of you use it as your first strategy. Either way, it's another good way to always double check yourself. So if I'm going to be using an open number line, I'm going to be starting at 273, and I'm going to be counting up to 604. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is change that 273 to the nearest 10, which I believe if I add 7 to that, I can get 273 plus 7 will make 280. From 280, I'm going to go to the next 100, and 280 plus 20 is going to take me up to 300. And then from 300, I'm going to go to the nearest 100 that I can. And in this case, I want to get really close because the nearest 100 is going to be 600. So 300 plus another 300 will get me to 600. And then I just have to go from 600 to 604. So another 4. So then in this case, what I would do is I would add my 300. I would add my 20, and I would add 7 and 4. And I know that I'm now adding my 300, my 20, and I know 7 and 4 is 11, and I would add those all together to get my answer. Now, let's go down and try the add up method to see if that can help us as well. So, just going to scroll it up a little bit here and see if we get to the same answer. Never actually said what the answer is. We'll go back and double check. If I know I'm at 273 and I'm adding up to 604, again, I'm going to take 273 and I'm going to add it to the nearest 10. So 273 plus 7 will get me to 280. 280 plus 20 will get me to 300. 300 plus 300, and I'm going to just go with that 304, I think, even, because I think I know that if I'm at 600, then I only need that 4 more, and that would get me to 604. So now, again, I have to add in my head what I did here, and I've got 7 plus 20 plus 304. I sometimes like to put my numbers like this, 300 plus that 20, and that 7 and 4, like we said before, was 11. So I have 1 in the ones place, 3 in the tens place, and 300 for 330. Let's go back up and look to see if that is what we got up here too. Look at that. When we did that one, same type of thing. 20 and 11 would give us 31, and the 300. Oh yeah, that's 331 as well. Okay, great. Lastly, we're going to go down and we are going to continue to work with the expanded number method with a proof picture. So I already wrote the equation out and now I'm going to expand it. 604 would equal 600 plus 0 tens plus 4 ones. 273 equals 200 plus 7 tens or 70 plus 3 ones. And we want to ask ourselves, in this case, we want to first ask ourselves, do we need to ungroup to get 10 ones? Well, I'm going to make that proof picture because that always helps me as well. So I have right here my 600 and my 4. I left a little space there, so even though right now in my equation it says that I have 0 tens, I might need to make more tens later. So first I ask myself, do I need to ungroup to make 10 ones? Well, when I look at it, I have 4 ones right here and right here, and I need to take 3 ones away. So I wouldn't have to ungroup a 10 to get enough ones. But do I need to ungroup the tens to have enough, or excuse me, do I need to ungroup 10 tens? And in this case, yes, I have 0 tens and I have to take 7 tens or 70 away. So I'm going to go ahead right now and I am going to go ahead and ungroup one of my hundreds to make my 10 tens. And now I want to make sure that my equation matches my proof picture. So looking back now, I can see that, whoop, sorry about that. I can see I have 500. So I want to change that up here to make my 500. I now have 10 tens, which is equal to 100, and I still have my 4 ones. Friends, when I look at this, I want to highlight something up here for you. When I look at this row, it's still 500 plus 100 plus 4 still comes back and equals 604. You always want to make sure when you're using the expanded method that your new number may just look a little different, but it's still the same number. It's still 604. It just looks different. So now I can actually go ahead and start to do my subtracting. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And it said that I had 4 ones and I'm going to take away 3 ones. So I'm going to take those away. And now I have 1 1. It says that I have 10 tens worth 100, and I'm going to take away 7 tens worth 70. So I'm going to take off those 5 and then 2 more. So now I have 3 tens or 30. And then lastly, I'm going to take away my 2 hundreds. And I still have 3 hundreds there. And when I bring that back together, I have the number 331. And like I said before, if we go back up to where we were, we can use the open number line to help us. Yep, we got 331 there. We can also, that adding up method, 331. So not only did I double check my work, I triple checked my work. I hope this helps.